Turn it up. It's The Record Machine with your host, Jimmy Hall.
Today I found out that he had someone to hide. I knew that all my fears that kept me up at night were true. Thought that he knew better, thought he'd never quit or give up on us. Just like that, I must admit it's true. You ain't got nothing if you don't got me. So good luck, baby, you are gonna see that I was the best you'd ever meet. So take a good look as you watch me leave. I'm not your woman anymore. I'm not someone you run around on, think I'm walking through my door. I'm not angry, not even sad. I'm just glad I know by now that you want nothing more than bad. I'm through, I'm done, ain't no more I could say. It's too late now and I'm way too strong to stay. Tired of all your phone calls, all the mail, that gift. I couldn't even bring myself to open it. It's true. Trying to make up for everything you done. You should have thought of that before you had your fun. It's true. Yeah, look at you. I'm not your woman anymore. I'm not someone you run around on, think I'm walking through my door. I'm not angry, not even sad. I'm just glad I know by now that you are not my kind of man. I'm through, I'm done, ain't no more I could say. It's too late now and I'm way too strong to stay. And it just feels so good that I'm not your woman anymore. I'm not someone you run around on, think I'm walking through my door. I'm not angry, not even sad. I'm just glad I know by now that you are not my kind of man. I'm through, I'm done,
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome country recording artist Jessica Lynn to the program. How you doing, Jessica?
Good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Where are you calling from?
New York, where it's really rainy and crappy outside.
Oh, wow. What part of New York?
We're in Westchester, New York, so about an hour north of New York City.
Oh, okay. I grew up in New Jersey. I lived there about 47 years, and then I moved down to North Myrtle Beach in South Carolina.
Oh, we haven't been there yet on tour, and everybody says it's amazing.
There's the Alabama Theater. It's on Highway 17. A lot of great artists play there. You'd probably do real well there.
Oh, cool. I'll have to look into it. Thank you so much.
You lived in New York your whole life?
Yes.
Wow.
I was born in Brooklyn,
Uh-huh.
and then lived in Westchester my whole life.
Wow, that's pretty cool. What's your musical background like? How did you start a career in music?
Well, my parents are both musical. We're actually a family band now. So my dad plays bass guitar for me, and my mom is my background singer. My husband's my lead guitarist. So I just grew up with music always on in my house. And despite my dad being an Italian New York street cop, he loved country music. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah, it was always on. Like every car ride, we had George Strait on and Phil Vassar and Glenn Campbell. So I just really felt connected to the stories of country.
That's awesome. I believe every artist or band is influenced by someone. Who are some of yours?
I would say one of my biggest is actually Richard Marx. He was my first concert when I was 5 years old, and
Wow.
I was a huge fan. Every single day would listen to his record.
Mm-hmm.
And then I actually got to play with him 2 years ago. So that was one of the coolest moments of my career, like a very full circle moment.
Hold On to the Night was my prom song.
Oh, it's such a good song. He's just such a good writer and singer, and I'm a huge Richard Marx fan. He's just amazing, like his songwriting, his voice, everything. I was a huge fan. I definitely was a big fangirl that night that we played with him. I tried to act cool, calm, and collected, though.
Oh, I'm sure. You got a brand new EP coming out on September 17th, Reimagine. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I am so excited about this EP. My current single, Not Your Woman Reimagined, is the lead single off of it, kind of the teaser. And the EP means a lot to me because it was born in the pandemic. We're supposed to go on tour. My world tour got canceled, unfortunately, this year and last year. We lost 100 dates in 14 different countries. Mm-hmm. And when that all happened, I started streaming. And the live streams became, to my surprise, wildly popular. I mean, it was crazy. Like, it still blows my mind that like 60,000 people a week were tuning in and watching me sit and play guitar on my couch, like in my living room. Mm-hmm. And I wound up becoming a top 40 live streamer of the year by Polestar last year and top 25 this year, which I'm really proud of. And throughout these streams, I started doing these piano bar style live streams just to keep things interesting. And I would take all these different requests. So if you said, play Queen, I would have to try it on the spot, or try Carole King, I'd have to play it.
Okay.
And it pushed me in ways as a musician that I never thought I could be pushed, and a singer. And my fans then started requesting slow ballad versions of my most popular songs. And to my surprise, they sounded really good.
That's cool.
So that's honestly how the EP was born. They requested some of these songs. I was like, man, that's really sounds good. And everybody in the stream is like, you have to release it like that. And here we are. So I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I noticed the last video you posted, you did a song that they played in The Wedding Singer, Adam Sandler. He sang, I Want to Grow Old with You. That's a great song. You did a great job on that, by the way.
Thanks. It's these streams have been so fun for me because they've truly reignited my love for just playing music. I mean, so often you get so caught up, or at least I do, in the music business part of what you do. And you forget that in the end, it's really about your love for music and what you do. And, there's so much stress that goes along with doing a tour and the live show, and everything has to be perfect and this and that. And throughout throughout these streams, I mean, I literally picked that 1 minute before I went live, and it's just fun for me. Like I get to just play and sing and remember why I started doing this in the first place.
You've shared the stage with Richard Marx and Brad Paisley, Phil Vassar, ZZ Top, Loretta Lynn. What is that like?
It's a lot of pinch me moments, I have to say. I grew up loving these people, listening to these people, and to be sharing a bill with them has been truly amazing. And it really makes you think about your journey and about how hard you've worked to get where you are. And you learn so much just from being on those shows and being with these incredible talents. And it's very inspirational.
Who's the coolest person you met so far along the way?
For me, I'd have to say it was Richard Marx, just because of how big of a fan I am, and that he was my first concert like that. I remember being that little girl and being so excited to see him live. So to be on stage with him was really, really amazing. And Loretta Lynn was really cool because she's just so iconic. Same with ZZ Top. We played with them, opened for them in an arena in France. That was an amazing experience. It's so hard to pick. There's so many.
Yeah, I'm looking at your schedule on your website, and I see you're playing Daryl's house on October 30th of this year. Have you ever met Daryl at that club?
No, we haven't. He used to come to the club all the time in the beginning, and it's funny, actually. I was the very first act to play that club aside from him.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And so the dressing room has all these names all over the walls of everyone's that's played there. It was him and me. I was the first one to sign it, which is so cool every time we go back. But he used to come all the time in the beginning. And then whenever we had a gig, he always had something else going on in the beginning. And now he doesn't frequent it that often. But I hope one day that we do get to meet him because we've been there so many times over the last 5-6 years.
My wife is a huge Daryl Hall fan. She loves him.
He's amazing.
Yeah. If you could do a duet with anybody, who would it be and why?
Probably Neil Diamond.
Oh, wow. What song would you sing? An original or one of the classics?
I would love to sing Hello with him, actually. That's one of my favorite songs of all time, and he's one of my favorite singer-songwriters of all time.
Wow.
I was always very inspired by him growing up. I was probably the only 13-year-old girl with an MP3 player full of Neil Diamond on it, and not just the greatest hits, like the deep cuts too. And I was always very inspired by the way he puts so much emotion into every single word that he sings. He sings the word "the" and his voice is cracking and it sounds like, the most emotional thing you've ever heard. And I really studied that growing up. And I really try to take a lot of that into my own music and my own performing. So that would be a dream for me.
Have you ever seen him live?
Yes, I did. And it was amazing. My husband took me when he was at Mohegan Sun, actually, a few years ago. And that was a big bucket list item.
Wow, you should reach out to Neil's people and see maybe if you can make that duet happen.
I know. I would love to. I don't think he's singing live anymore, though, because he's sick.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I forgot what he has some type of illness now. Maybe it's not Parkinson's. I forgot exactly what it was, but yeah, he stopped doing the live shows because of it. It made me so sad because I was holding on with hope that maybe one day it would happen. My 3 top people I want to play on stage with were Phil Vassar, which I got to do, Richard Marx, which I got to do, and Neil Diamond is the 3rd. So I got 2 out of 3, which is not bad.
Would you ever consider opening a show for Shania Twain?
Definitely. I mean, she was a huge influence on me growing up, especially as a New Yorker with a sound that's very different than what a lot of other country music these days sounds like. I'm very rock and roll inspired, and I think that's due to me, again, being a New Yorker. And I grew up and then playing the New York City rock and roll nightclub scene at 13 years old. Wow. I started playing places like the Bitter End and Webster Hall and Crash Mansion. And so she kind of showed me that, you can sound like anything and be in country music. So I was very inspired by her.
I read somewhere that you're a huge animal lover and you become heavily involved with the animal rescue. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I've always been a huge animal lover ever since I was a little kid. I grew up volunteering every weekend at animal shelters on a farm, like a local farm near my house, saving and rescuing any animal I could, and during the pandemic, we adopted a very disabled and injured rescue dog. She was found in an abandoned house in Texas with both of her back feet cut off.
Oh, wow.
And a spinal injury. So she's in a diaper. And I saw a local rescue was begging everywhere, please, someone take this dog. We don't have a foster, like urgent foster needed. She's too injured to go to our shelter. Please, please, please. And nobody was stepping up. So I said to my husband, I'm like, this was just as COVID started, like we started to hear about it. So I was like, I don't know, like, do you think, I feel like this is our dog? And he was like, are you crazy? We're about to go on a 5-month-long tour and you're about to take this dog. I was like, I've always followed my gut feelings my entire life. They've never steered me wrong in any situation with any person. I said, I don't know. I just really feel like we need to take her. I said, even if it's just for a few weeks until we leave, because we were supposed to leave the beginning of May, and this was the week of March 20th. And so I said, even if we just foster until they find somebody, just to help, I feel my gut. And we took her, and she never left.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
So through her, we've met so many amazing people in the rescue community, and it's just an incredible group of people. My heart is so full from all the love that people give her, and we started working with an incredible charity too because of her called Joey's Paw. They put disabled dogs in wheelchairs and prosthetic legs, and we did a big concert for them, and we put 59 dogs in wheelchairs in the month of March alone this year.
That's awesome. That's pretty cool. That's great. Good for you.
Thanks.
Is this going to be something that you're going to do from now on? Maybe like a show every year for the
I would
animal
love
shelter?
to.
That would be pretty cool, right? If you could get people to chip in on something like that.
Yes, seeing what we went through with her, we are still healing her a year and a half later. I know what prosthetic legs and a wheelchair did for me and my family and Audrey. So to be able to do that for other people, honestly, every time Tanya, who runs Joey's Paw, would send me a message, look at this dog that your concert just got a wheelchair for, it made me cry because it's like, I know what a blessing that is for that family and how excited you are. I don't have kids, but like, it's like watching your kid walk for the first time.
Yeah, well, they're family, right? I mean, it's like pets are family.
It's one of the most special things I've ever experienced. So I would love to. I do a lot with them anyway. I always volunteer and do any type of social media stuff or anything that they need because they're a very big part of my heart.
That's awesome. Do you have a website you'd like to promote?
So my website is jessicalynmusic.org, and all my social media is Jessica Lynn Music. You can find everything on there.
Awesome. Is there anything you'd like to mention that we didn't talk about today?
I guess you could just pre-save the new EP. That's pre-saving is so important to a release. It helps it get picked up by playlists and all that good stuff. So you can pre-save the new EP. I have the links all over my social media, and I'm really, really excited for you guys to hear it.
Well, I can't wait to hear it, and I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to chat with me today. I know you got a show coming up at 3:30, so I don't want to hold you up.
Well, thanks for having me.
You're welcome, and anytime you want to come back on, just reach out.
I will. Thank you so much.
All right, enjoy the rest of your day and have a great show, all right?
Thank you, you too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, in this corridor, chemistry's cranks up to 11. Yeah, being with you's as close to heaven as I might ever get. I got no regrets, and the night ain't even over yet. Oh boy, you got me feeling kind of reckless. That look you're giving me is dangerous, but you know just what you're doing. Hey, no, you didn't give me any warning that you'd have me falling like this as you stole my heart in this getaway car. Hey! And hey, whoa, no, you didn't give me any warning that you'd have me falling like this as you stole my heart in this getaway car. You got me feeling kinda reckless. That look you're giving me is dangerous, but you know just what you do.